Okay, so I'm really such a goofball. Like, I'm sitting here, like, asking the Lord, what do you want me to say? And, like, I look over and I'm already recording, but, I'm gonna leave that part out. But, I'm like, okay, God, what do you want me to say? Am I even supposed to make a video today? I mean, this is just all Him. Like, you know, I'm not trying to do this on my own strength. So, I thought that I was going to put a video out today um, because I don't want anything to take his time. Like I want that intimate time with him. And if anything is, trying to um, make these videos and then put them where they can get views, where people can see them, where they can help the most people, takes a little bit of time. It's a little consuming, plus, work and everything like that. My time with him is so much more important than anything else in the world, y'all, and I'm not giving it up for nobody or nothing, because without that, I am nothing, and I have nothing good to say without without him. So, yeah. So that's I just never want to put anything before him. I think that's what he wanted me to speak on today was. The fact that, I have been back and forth with the Lord over and over again. And I was just sitting here thinking about it. And I'm like, wow, God. It's like every time I came back to Him, He taught me something new. And He's just been doing this and had such patience with me and mercy over all these years of watching me go back and forth. And how, I'm frustrated with myself in that. But, like, how His love, and how He had to have so much patience with me because He saw the finished product. He sees what I don't even see yet that is coming in the future. That's how He's seen me. So He knew that all of this was just, this is what it took. This is my journey. Like me going back and forth, like every single time, there was a reason. Like there was something I had to learn from that. And this particular time was was the biggest time ever, because last time I was with the Lord, and I mean, it had been a long stretch. Like it had been 2.5 years, 3 years, or something like that. It's after I got baptized, and I was telling y'all about it in the last video. And I started going to the church that I'm going to now. That's after that point there. That's when I started really getting serious about the Lord, because I started really reading His Bible. I started really getting to know who He was. Like I had all this time alone with Him. And at that time, like, I thought it was like lonely. I was a little lonely. But like, and I saw how all these other people had husbands and had friends, and and God had me in this place where it was just me and Him. And now I look back on it and I'm like, oh God, wow. Like, you just wanted me all to yourself. Like, that was for a reason. That was so He could love on me and I could get to know Him intimately, like how much He really loved me. Like that was our time. Like, I mean, part of the time I lived in a camper outside of a church. But I mean, that was like the best time of my life. Like, I mean, I really got to know the Lord in that time period of living in that camper, just being humble, like that. Nothing else will humble you. That'll humble you. And like I said in the other video, how God always He paid my bills and stuff like that. At this point, like when I started going to this church, so He did that. He did all of that to show me, so that I could trust Him to flush those drugs that time. Because, I mean, I spent my whole paycheck on those drugs. So I knew that if I flushed those drugs, that God was going to take care of me. Because up until that point, every time I had come to Him, He had made sure that I was taken care of financially. I always had everything I need. And I think He did that every single time, was for that moment when I was on my knees at the altar and I had just gotten baptized and I had drugs still on me and I had nowhere to go, and I knew that I had to flush these drugs, and I knew that I could. Like, even though I had no money, that was my paycheck. I was going to sell them and make money and get to do some in the process. I mean, we know how it works. But And Lord, please keep me, please don't, no cops come and arrest me, please, for saying this stuff, because I'm just trying to help people, okay? Don't come arrest me. I don't know what the, yeah, laws are. But anyway, so he did all that so that I would trust him in this very moment to get rid of what I needed to do to get clean for him. And in that time period, like after that, like with some of the rough, I'm gonna tell you what, God, it was rough. It was rough because God stripped. He had to get me he had to get me in that place where he stripped off the entitlement. He stripped off all the pride. Like, I mean, like I said, I was the type of person that throws fits. I thought the whole world revolved around Allison. Like, he had to peel that off of me in layers. And I mean, it hurt. Like, it hurt, people. I'm not gonna lie. Like, my pride, he hurt my pride so many times. Like, and these people at my church, oh my goodness gracious, God put me in the right body of believers. I can say this, oh my goodness gracious, because these people, let me tell you what, like, they saw me, like, I would yell, I mean, in church, people, like, I would get, like, mad because somebody would say something. Like, this elder, like, bless his heart today, he's very dear to me, but he said a scripture, he said, those that diligently seek me, God blesses those that diligently seek me. He said that scripture, and I got mad and walked out, like, in the middle of him preaching. Like, that is so rude. Like, it's so rude. And bless my pastor's wife. Oh my goodness gracious. Like I said, she's my person. She'll always be my person. Like, I love her so much. She comes running after me in her little, you know, she's always usually got heels or clogs or something on, and she's running after me. I mean, I can't even, at least 10 to 15 times that woman came out of the church running after me because I had walked out mad about something. And I mean, she would just check on me. Sometimes she could get me to come back in. Most of the time, my pride, like, I just wouldn't, you know, like, but God was working on me, and they had patience with me. Bless their hearts, they did. But, you know, I mean, I went from a place of, you know, having everything, you know, God always supplied my needs, to a place where, like, I was living in a camper in the water, trying to take a shower before church, and the water tank was kind of empty, so this black stuff would spit out at me in the shower. I'm trying to rinse myself off with bottled water, which is cold, even though it's room temperature. It was still cold on my body. Trying to rinse myself off, and then I'm going to church, and somebody's telling me that God blesses those that diligently seek him. I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, I am literally up all night long praying and worshiping and reading his word, and I am devouring him, and you're going to tell me he blesses those that I mean, I was just like, because to me at the time, blessings meant money. Like, because that's the only thing, that's how God, like, that's how he had talked to me up until that point. Like, he had showed me that he was proud of me, that I was doing the right thing. I was in the right path with him by helping me financially. And that's just what he did. So at that time, I was just like, you know, like, I'm living in a camper, like, why, you know, like, washing myself with bottled water, you know, rinsing my hair out. And I'm just like, I don't see any, like, where's the blessing? Like, I don't see any blessing. But little did I know that God was just peeling layer off a layer of pride and entitlement off of me, and because he couldn't use me like that. I mean, I was a mess. He's probably still got a lot of that to do. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not, you know, like, I mean, he might do that for the rest of my life. Like, you know, just put me in a situation where he peels off layers of things that he has to peel off so he can use me, because I can't be used if I'm all in my flesh. And I'm all in my, you know, thinking I'm something that I'm not without him, because I'm nothing without him. Like, he is everything. Like, I'm nothing. Like, I'm just, you know, I'm not going to say it, but that's who I am without him. I mean, I'm nothing without him. I'm just nothing. So I know that. And if I forget that, I pray that he does show me. I pray that he does put me in a situation where he strips it off, because it's a gift that he gave me by doing that. It was a gift. It was a gift. Like, it was so amazing that he did that. And then, like, there was a situation where I lived in an apartment, and there was this dog, and every dog I've ever met in my entire life loves me. Like, I don't know what was wrong with this dog. This dog hated me, and it hated everybody, I think, but the owner. And I was living in this apartment, and I was just like, I just thought I was so, like, wow. Like, I just think back on the way that I was. Lord Jesus. I mean, His grace. Thank you, Lord, for like, I was such a brat. I was such a brat. But anyway, yeah, this dog, like, I mean, it bit me. It would bite my daughter, and like, I would just yell at people about it. And I mean, I could not understand why God was allowing this to happen. I mean, I was Allison, like, I was digitally seeking Him. Like, why are you letting this dog bite me, God? Like, what's going on? Like, why am I in this place? Like, did I hear you wrong? Am I, like, what's going on? But it was all for a reason. Like, I mean, He did it all for a reason, and I see it all now, and I'm grateful for all of it that He took me through. But He had to take me through a time of pruning and crushing, and I was in the fire. Like, all the time I was in the fire, but He was right there with me. And it happened so fast. Like, I think he did all of that all at once. I don't think that it's that fast for people. Some people, I think He just kind of does it in slower motion kind of thing. He just kind of like took me and like all of it at once. Like my dear friend Tanya would say, she would say that I was like a diamond, that God was just using He was just carving the diamond out really fast. He was just making a diamond out of me. And it hurt sometimes, He was crushing and pressing in that period of time. But I learned so much from that period of time, and I'm so grateful. But people stopped, like, letting me, like, I was getting a lot of attention and stuff like that. And that's the way, and that's so awesome about these people. They hear from the Lord. Like, God heard, He told them to stop, and they stopped. Like, what they were doing was patty caking demons is what they were doing. And that's what Tanya says. She's patty caking demons. Yeah, because I was like, I liked the attention. So I was getting, like, that's the way it was. Prior to that, every time I would come back to the Lord, people would pay attention. They would be like, oh, like, you're here, you're living for the Lord, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, here's a check, like, and then it's like, and then it would be like, after a while, it wasn't like new anymore. I wasn't new news. Like, I was old news, like, I had already been there, like, the excitement had wore off. Like, I'm back, the excitement's off, like, now, like, nobody's paying attention anymore, nobody cares, nobody's, like, not that's not the truth, but like, nobody was paying as much attention to me. I wasn't like in the spotlight. So I would get like, after that would wear off, like, I would get bored, and I would get like, because my whole relationship with God was through these people that were loving on me and showing me the Lord. I didn't have my own personal relationship with Him. I was living off of other people's relationship with Him, and their love for me was all I knew about God's love, was what the love that they were showing me. When they stopped showing me love, or like stopped, acting like I was the best thing in the world, then I, would go back to what was comfortable. I would go back to my drug. I would go back to the ways of thinking that I was thinking before, because I never stayed, and I was never, it's just the process that God took me through. It's just the process that God took me through to get to where I'm at today. And where I'm at today, let me tell you something. The last time I came back to the Lord, that's what I was telling y'all about, was, it was like I was with the Lord for about 2.5, 3 years, on my face. And let me tell you something. Like, I had just gotten out of a really bad relationship, that it took me forever to get free from. It was terrible. It was really bad, and I got free from it. So I knew that my picker was broken. Like, every guy that I'd picked had been like completely terrible, because I had come from a place of abuse. Like, I had been abused in every way there is to be abused by men. So that's what I knew. That's all I thought I deserved. That's what I was comfortable with. That's what I knew. So that's what I would do, is I would be with people that abused me, because I didn't know any better. I didn't know any better. Like, I couldn't be with people that were good, because I just didn't know any better. Like, people that have been abused, these women that stay with these men that beat on them and cheat on them and treat them like crap. It's like, they just don't know who they are. They just don't realize that they don't have to do that. They don't have to be treated like that. They're worth so much more than that, but they don't know, because they've always been abused. So it's what they know. So they stay, because they think and they convince, they're they manipulate you into believing that you're not worth anything else. You know, like it's abuse. It's what it is. We'll just call it what it is. It's abuse. But anyway, so I got out of that relationship and I knew that my picker was broken. So I was like, God, I never, ever, ever want to pick a man again. And I like, my desire has always been to have a husband, always been to have, like, I believed a long time ago that God has somebody picked out for you that is just for you. And that, you know, if you're obedient and you stay in his will, that person, you and that person come together and you are a vessel that cannot be messed with. You know what I'm saying? Two are stronger. And then when God's in the center, three cord cannot be broken. Like, I mean, you can put 10,000 to flight. Like, you know, you're just so much more powerful in your ministry and so much more powerful in God when you have a partner, you know, and I that's what I desired. I thought that my life was not going to be complete until I got this person, you know, like, so I prayed. Like, I prayed all the time for God to send me a husband, because I didn't look for a husband. I didn't look online for a husband. I didn't talk to people. You know, I wasn't out here trying to find a man. Like, I just wasn't. Like, I spent years alone and not talking to any men except for the men at my church. That's all I did, you know. One day I got the okay and I like talked to somebody that was clearly a Christian. He was clearly, and he is a good man. But I don't know if I should tell all of that story because it's not mine to tell. But long story short, here walks this man into my church, you know, and his, you know, as soon as I saw him, I was like, yep, that's him, you know. Like, mind you, this man had lots of issues. God showed me lots of red flags, you know, but I didn't see none of them. I mean, he didn't even want to be around me, really, you know, like, I mean, it was bad. Like, I don't even understand. I still don't know how we ended up getting married, but we did. Like, I mean, within 6 months from that day, we were married. Within 2 years from that day, we were separated, and now we've been divorced for a while. And he's with somebody else, married to somebody else. I pray blessings over him. I pray that he's happy in Jesus' name. I really do. I wish him no harm whatsoever. He was somebody that the Lord had to teach me a lesson. That's what he was. He was a lesson to me. And to not put anything before God. Because I wanted a husband so bad. And God even showed me in the Bible where the kings wanted the Israelites, the Israelites wanted a king so bad, and they asked Samuel, which was the prophet back then. They were like, we want a king like all the other, you know, all the other countries have kings. We want a king, you know, like, we want somebody that we can, you know, touch and see and everything. And in God's heart, he was just like, Samuel was pissed. I'm just going to say, I probably shouldn't have said pissed, but anyway, I did. Sorry. He was mad, okay? He was just like, how could they? Like, how could they want another king? You've done everything for them, God. You have went to battle for them. Like, you have been their king. Like, they've won so many wars. They've won everything. Like, all this land and stuff. You've done everything for them. Why would they want a king now? And God was like, don't be mad at them, Samuel. You know, like, it's not you that they're rejecting. It's me. You know, it's me that they're rejecting. And God showed me that in the Bible. And it told me basically that was me wanting a husband, was them wanting a king. And God told them in the Bible, he said, if you want a king, I'll give you a king. But this is what the king's going to get to do. He's going to get to, you know, basically you're going to be his slave. He's going to take the good of everything. Your everything that you have is going to be his. I mean, he's going to, like, you know, take advantage of you. He's going to do all these things. Like, he's going to take everything from you. And the Israelites were still like, we still want a king. We want a king, you know. So they got Saul. That's what they got, is Saul. And that's what I got, was Saul. But you know, like, God was showing me in that period of time that, you know, I was hurting his heart. Like, I mean, that hurt. Like, and I still like wanted a husband. Like, more than I wanted him. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, I don't know why I thought that a husband, like, I just had to have one to complete my whole life. Like, I wasn't going to be able to do anything without one. Like, I don't know why I thought that, but I did. I just wanted a partner. I wanted somebody to have my back. You know, I wanted somebody to do ministry with. I wanted somebody to pray with. I wanted somebody to be there, to know that I had somebody that loved me. You know, I just wanted to be loved. And that's what I wanted. But it didn't end up that way, but you know, God gave me what I wanted, you know, like, here you go. You want a king? Here you go. Here's Saul. Like, here you go. But I'm not saying anything bad about him because, you know, God bless his heart. But anyway, but you know, I chose him for all the wrong reasons. You know, I just felt like it had to be God because, you know, he walked into my church. My church is in the middle of nowhere. Like, you know, you don't come to my church unless you're led by the Lord. So like, yeah, so I thought he was all that in a bag of chips, but, yeah, God is. Not anybody on this earth is, but God. So this time, and I had to go through like so much pain because I chose something before God. Like, I mean, that's my whole point, people, is I put something before him. I wanted a husband so bad. He gave me one, and then I got a husband. That's what I got, you know, like, I got hurt, like, really bad. Like, you know, like, and I, you know, lost everything again. But it's okay because I gained more from that relationship than I've ever gained in my entire life. Was I learned that I don't need a husband. That's what I learned. I don't need one. All I need is Jesus. All I need is God. He is my husband. He is my everything. Like, I lay down everything. Like, now it's like there's nothing before him. Like, I had to go through, it was 4 years of hell. Like, I mean, 2 being married, 2 getting over it. You know, you know, you know, and I was on, I got back on drugs and, you know, cause I got led away from the Lord, and without the Lord, I'm going to be a drug addict. Like, that's who I'm going to be without God. Like, I have to have him. He is my drug. Like, you know, he's the best one ever. That's for sure. But if I walk away from him, if I believe lies, if I don't stay connected with God, if I don't stay in this place of intimacy with him that is better than anything on earth, like, oh my goodness gracious, people, like, God, he's so good. Like, he's just so great. So now that I've gotten this whole, like, desire to want a husband out of the way, now that God is just like, okay, well, you know, you're going to have to go through this. We got to get this out of you so I can use you. It was another of the stripping away thing that he did when it came to my pride and my entitlement and all the things that he stripped away before, because I was a brat before, you know. So he had a lot of work to do. God has had a lot of work to do, and he's done it. Like, it's just a miracle to me, to tell you the truth, guys, that I'm sitting here today, fully his, like, making videos. Like, I'm not a camera person. I don't like to take pictures much. I'm just not, you know, I'm not a I've just never found myself to be this type of person. So this is just really him in my heart, to just serve him, and to let y'all know that the enemy wants to come after y'all, and he'll use whatever he can. Like, there was something else that I wanted to say about, like, the enemy's tactics and the things that he says, the things that he would say to me, the ways that he would convince me to stay in bondage. You know, one of the things he would use was, you know, every time I would come back to the Lord, I would try to quit. And I would quit. And then everybody, because there's so many people that are on my side. I have cheerleaders that are, like, really for me, you know, like, in my life, that means so much to me, that have always been there, you know. So it's like, God, the enemy would use them, and he would say, you know, like, you might as well not quit, because if you quit and then you can't stay quit, then you're just gonna hurt these people. Like, it's like slapping them in the face every single time. They come to your rescue. They help you. They get, you know, you've lost everything, so they help you get out of this, you know, ditch that I've dug for myself. And then I do it again, you know, like, so, like, I might as well not even try, is what I would say. But I mean, it wasn't me saying that. It wasn't me saying that, but I would be like, why even try to quit? Because I'm just going to disappoint everybody when I can't do it. You know, that is the enemy speaking to you. That is him telling you not to even try. Obviously, like, you should try, like, because you can stay quit with God's help. Like God is the one. He's the one. The key is him. He's the key. He's the key to everything. Like God is so good and life is so much better now for me. Like I am so excited for what he's doing. I know that he's going to use these videos to help people. I know he is, and that's all I want. Like I don't care about nothing else. Like nothing else. I just want to help people. I just want to help people. I want to expose the enemy for who he is. He is a liar and a thief, and he asks everything of us. Sin costs us everything, and we get nothing in return. Nothing but pain and hurt and agony, and just we lose everything. Our life is cursed. Like it seems like nothing goes our way. Like we can't win because we're cursed, because we're living for the enemy. Like that's what he does. He curses us. He makes our life a living hell. He makes us miserable every single day. We're miserable because we are bound to this thing, whatever it is. We're bound to it. So we're miserable. That's what he does. He makes our life miserable. But then God, God is the opposite of that. Just as miserable as you are right now, you could be happy and full of joy and be free. Like, I don't have to worry about anything. Like, I mean, me and my friend were talking last night after church. Like, she has all these worries. Like, so many things that she's worried about. And it's just like, you don't have to be worried about any of them. Like, none of it met. Like, like when you give your life, I'm not worried about anything sitting here today. Like there's a lot of things I could be worried about. Like, there's a lot of things in the world that the enemy wants us to focus on and spend all our time worrying about, because if we're worried about that, we're not thinking about Jesus. We're not thinking about God, because we're consumed with worry. I mean, it's fear. Fear is all it is. Fear is the hugest tactic that the enemy uses against me. Fear of failure. But like I heard in church last night, God never fails. Like he never fails. He never fails. So the key is, if I just stay connected with God, if I just stay with him, if I just stay in his presence to where I'm where he's supposed to be. Like I don't walk before him. I don't go behind him. I don't wait. I mean, I'm just walking with Jesus. I'm just going to walk where he says go. I'm going to move. When he says shut up, it's really hard for me, but I'm going to shut up. Like that is hard for me. Like even when I'm praying, like I'm going to be real with y'all. Like even when I'm praying, it's hard for me to be quiet so that he can speak to me. Sometimes he has to interrupt me, and I'm in the middle of talking to him, and he's just like, he just drops, he just says something, because, I mean, he knows. He loves me just the way I am. I'm grateful for him to love me, because only he can love me the way he does. And he loves you. And I just don't want the enemy to win. I just want to take down his lies and his just everything that he tries to take from us and steal from us. Like, I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of allowing it. I mean, he makes our life miserable. So, even people that aren't on drugs, even people that are, you can be totally clean, but the enemy can still be stealing your joy. He can still be stealing your time. He can still be causing you to have distractions. Not every good thing is a God thing. Not every good thing is a God thing. And even with these videos, I know that. I'm not going to put a video up if I'm not supposed to. I pray before. I ask the Lord. Like, I'm not about putting these up here. So if he wants me to do it, I'm going to be obedient. If he doesn't want me to do it, I'm okay with that. Because I'm good with just chilling with Jesus. Like, we can just chill. And we don't need none of this. But this is not for me. This is for him. And for you. Like, obviously. Like, I mean, I've just learned so much. From experience. From trauma. Like, I've still got so many things that hurt, guys. I am not completely healed. Like, God is healing me. He's taking a little bit out at a time, like, I still have things that hurt, things in my past, things that made me use drugs in the first place. But, I'd rather feel and allow God to heal than to not feel at all and miss everything in life that God has for me. Like, not feeling, like, we use drugs, we use Facebook, we use everything that we're addicted to, things that cause us to numb the mind, numb everything. We use these things to try to escape from the pain. We don't want to feel anything, we would just want to escape for a minute. But what we're escaping from, it's just a distraction of the enemy, because we could be spending that time with the Lord. And he could just be downloading and loving on us. And just, I mean, the love of the Lord and the intimacy that I have with him, that I'm going to tell y'all right now, there's nothing like it in all the world. I done said that, and I'll keep saying it. You're going to hear me continue to say it. And I mean, people that know me, they see the difference in me. I mean, Lord, I wish I had a video beforehand. Like, if you could have saw me before. Like, I mean, it's like night and day, guys. Night and day. It's the devil and it's God. It's the difference. I'm serving the Lord. I was serving the devil. I was oppressed. I was depressed. I was chained to something that I felt like I would always be chained to. I felt like I would never be free. It's a lie from Satan, because you can be free. I'm free today. I know I'm free. There's nothing before him. All I want is him. That's where the freedom is, right there. That's where it's at. I'm completely surrendered. There's nothing I want more than him. That's it. I love y'all. This is it's a beautiful day, isn't it? It's so pretty. I'm at work, actually, at somebody's house in their field. Like, it's a beautiful place. This is the most peaceful place I work. And the people are just, oh my goodness gracious. They are just so beautiful. These people have the beautifulest spirit. They're just gorgeous. I love them. But anyway, they let me come down here, to the river, because the river's right here. And they have, the river runs through their property. I'm going to tell you what, this is like, if God hadn't already put a vision in my mind of where, or in my heart of where the rehab place, the healing house that he's opening is gonna be, if it wasn't already up where my church is on that land, that precious land, then I would want it to be here, because this place is awesome. Like, and it's big enough for sure. I mean, it could be, maybe one day, maybe there'll be more than one healing house. Anyway, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed day. In Jesus' name, yay!